The Origin of Earth by the Tuskegee. Before the beginning, water was everywhere, but no people, animals, or earth were visible. There were birds, however, who held a council to decide if it might be best to have all land or all water. Let us have land so we can have more food, said some of the birds. Others said, let's have all water because we like it this way. Subsequently, they appointed Eagle as their chief, who was to decide one way or the other. Eagle decided upon land and asked, who will go and search for land? Dove volunteered first and flew away. In 4 days, he completed his hunt and returned, reporting, I could not find land anywhere. Crawfish came swimming along and was asked by the council to help search for land. He disappeared under the water for 4 days. When he arose to the surface again, he held some dirt in his claws. He had found some land deep in the water. Crawfish made a ball of the dirt and handed it to the chief eagle, who then flew away with it. 4 days later, he returned and said to the council, now there is land. An island has been formed. Follow me. The whole bird colony flew after Eagle to see the new land, though it was a very small island. Gradually, the land began to grow larger and larger as the water became lower and lower. More islands appeared, and those grew together, creating larger islands into one earth. Tuskegee Indians say they were chosen by the Great Spirit to be the first people to live upon the new earth a long, long time ago. That tale there that I just told you is from the Tuskegee Indians of the American Southeast. For those of you unfamiliar with these type of legends, they are full of symbols that we can interpret when we study cultural anthropology. My name is Butch Wright. I'm your co-host on this journey here for Anthropology 2202, Introduction to Cultural Anthropology. I say co-host because really you're going to have two hosts for this journey, one being myself from The Ohio State University, and the other being Dr. Mike Wesch from Kansas State. I'll be coming to you from my home here in Hilliard, which for those of you not familiar with the Columbus area is a suburb here on the west bank of the Scioto River. I am a doctoral candidate in the Department of Anthropology, where I, of course, specialize in cultural anthropology. My specific area of interest is in environmental anthropology and the adaptations of indigenous and maroon cultures, with a lot of focus on the Amazon. And how these people adapt to their environments. Before coming here, I lived in Manaus, Brazil, in the heart of the Brazilian Amazon for about 18 years. So if you have any questions about Brazil, the Amazon, or the people there, please drop me a line. I'll be more than happy to share my experiences with you. And throughout the semester, I will be throwing some of my own experiences into the lessons here. This course has a lot of great material from Mike Wesch at Kansas State. We use a lot of his videos, and we use his book here, which is The Art of Being Human. You do not need to purchase the textbook. I have it because I really, really enjoy it. I like making notes, as you can see here with the little flags. But there's a PDF version available through Carmen. So download that, and we'll be using that quite a bit. I really enjoy Mike's methods for explaining cultural anthropology and how we learn about the ways that anthropology helps us as human beings in an ever-changing world. And let's make no mistake about it, the world is in a constant state of change. And by world, I mean all the cultures in it. Things may seem static from time to time and that they don't change and it's always the same old story, but when you learn what to look for, you can see how much change occurs in a very brief period of time. A great example of this is the idea of the smartphone. When you look at 20 years ago, phones were just phones. Nowadays, we shop with them, we play games, we record ourselves on TikTok, we check sports scores, which is what I do quite a bit, even turn in homework assignments. So ask yourself, how do you feel when you leave your home without your phone in your pocket? I feel kind of exposed, I imagine. I know I do. So in this course, I hope you will begin to understand how dynamic it is and how holistic culture is and its makeup. I got some slides here we're going to be going through briefly, and then we'll go through the Carmen page that you'll be using throughout the course. So let me just share screen here. First of all, I will go to this one. Here we go. As I mentioned, I'm Butch. I live here in Hilliard. Dr. Wesh is at Kansas State. He has a web page here, which is really good. It has a lot of resources that I really encourage you to check out. And then, of course, I think in this course, I hope you'll begin to understand that things really are in a constant state of change. And it happens with our own experiences. We bring our own experiences to culture. And these experiences help shape culture. There's the book again. I'm going to mention the COVID reality. I know COVID seems to be kind of on its way out now. I know there are occasional spikes here and there. But if you feel you need to stay at home and do everything from your home without going out anywhere, you can. It's very easy to do that. In fact, I encourage you to stay safe, especially if you haven't been vaccinated yet. So the important thing on this page here is if you find yourself unsure of anything, just make sure you drop me a line. Don't feel embarrassed about it. I'm here to help. Like I said, I'm your host on this journey. I don't say instructor as much because I'm not really instructing and you're not sitting there taking notes. I'm here to help you understand these concepts, and together we're going to get to the end line here. Let me here. Grades are divided as such. We have a series of what are called challenges. There are 10 of those. That's 45% of your grade. There's a challenge debrief, which is just each one's explained on Carmen. I'll show you here in a second. But that's about 10% of your grade. They're really short. Don't worry about that. There are quizzes. There is a time limit of 30 minutes on it, so don't think that you'll be able to, look up the answers. You actually have to read the materials before you do these. Quizzes are, you will have difficulty. You have a chance to retake it though, at least once. So, and then there's participation. We have discussion boards. And I'm also offering for this term a once a week online discussion if you feel you'd rather talk to me and your classmates in person. If you're able to be there, that's about 25% of your grade. You have the choice of either or. You don't have to do both. Okay. And then, of course, it's the standard grading scale for Ohio State. Now, here's an example of an assignment. There's a challenge. We go on the home page here. You'll see. I'll show you all this in a little bit here. A challenge is usually about 1 or 2 pages. I have some students that write 7 pages. Generally speaking, 1 or 2 paragraphs is too short. So if you find yourself doing something really quickly for 1 or 2 paragraphs, you're probably going to be missing something because it usually takes about a page and a half, 2 pages to communicate everything. As long as you cover all the points, though, I'm not going to say, well, he doesn't have enough text or she doesn't have enough paragraphs in this paper, so I have to give him a bad grade. No, I'm not looking at word counts. I'm not looking at paragraph counts. I do look at what you write, and I do read everything. So make sure you cover all the points that are described in the lexicon. One thing I do emphasize a lot is I speak 12 languages, and so I really, really like language. I think language is imperative to communicate, and especially with ideas. I look for proper structure with section headers. How you divide those sections of your paper up is entirely up to you, but make sure that you use good flow, that you keep your ideas focused, and that it's not just one big solid paragraph that goes on for 2 or 3 pages. This is an example here of a good write-up. So you have good section headers here, good paragraph structure. These are the learning outcomes. You're going to have to know these. These are all available on Carmen. This presentation you can download to reference. So you can look at those as you're going through. You need to know all these. And the final assignment which is your manifesto, you're going to have to use all 10 of these. So make sure you know what these are. And I know that the pandemic, even though it's ending, has still impacted us all in many ways that are still being felt. If you have any trouble completing your assignment on time, please let me know. I'm not a stickler for due dates as much as I am making sure that you don't let yourself get so far behind the rest of the class that you have trouble keeping up. So if you need a couple extra days to get something done, just drop me a line and say, hey, I'm having a little trouble with this assignment. I had to go out of town for the 4th of July or something. Make sure you just drop me a line and say, hey, please have a couple days, and that generally is no problem. Don't let yourself get too far behind though. You find yourself midway through the semester and you've only turned in the first week's worth of stuff, it's going to be really, really hard to catch up because we do have a lot of work to do. This is 14 weeks of material. I've trimmed some of the assignments that I feel are less beneficial than others, but there's still a lot of work jammed into these 6 weeks. Here are some of the important contacts. This is my email here. It says instructor. I gotta erase that. We have the faculty coordinator, Dr. Mark Moritz. He is also a cultural anthropologist. If you have any questions that I can't answer, we'll talk to him. Generally speaking, I'm pretty good about answering those. He's really quick at answering his emails too. If you have any tech problems, watching videos or generally speaking, having problems uploading files and that, you can always get a hold of tech support if I can't help you. Generally, I can help you get there one way or the other, but I'm not a tech genius at all by any means. So if we can't figure it out, you can always get a hold of the help desk for tech support. Let me now just stop sharing here. And I'm going to share the Carbon screen here with you so we can go through the main platform. Where is it here? Video. Okay, I got to open up the page though. Push. I'll be right there with you in just a second here. It logged me out, so I got to log back in. And 14. Share screen. Here we go. Sharing the screen here. Let me give you the student view here. Okay, this is the main home page here. You can see over here, there's a list of the items to be done. It looks like a lot, and it is, but they're not long assignments. They're just a lot of them. Over here on this side, the left side of the menu, you can see the home page. We go to the syllabus, the modules. Everything's divided into modules, weekly modules. You have your grades page. This is for the instructors and student evaluation of the instructor. You'll be getting emails from the registrar's office about that. List of the academic policies and library link. Let's look at the syllabus real quick here. There I am with a little Tuyuka boy in the Amazon. A little bit of my bio here. Please call me Butch. Don't call me Mr. Wright. Please don't call me professor or doctor because I haven't gotten that yet. That's going to be coming up here as soon as they allow me to go do my field work. Got a link here to the faculty coordinator, Dr. Moritz. A brief discussion of the course along with all the subdivisions and the modules. The grading overview again. And with everything divided up to weeks so you can see everything here. One thing I do want to call attention to for you though is that we have here, where did it go? the printable schedule of assignments. I highly recommend that you click on this link. It will take you to a file that has all of the due dates and all the assignments that you can keep next to your computer or your workstation, wherever you're doing your work. That way you make sure that you have a little checklist there that check things off as you do them. It's very important that you do not get too far behind. Like I said, occasionally you might have to turn in something late. That's fine. But please don't let yourself get too far behind. Other things here, we have weekly lesson modules. That's just a link to the modules page. I'll show you here in a second. And then learning outcomes. We mentioned these before. There's actually 10 of them. I'm updating the page here. It should be ready by tomorrow anyway, but there's actually 10 of them. You're going to need to know all 10 of them. Modules. Let's go to modules page. You have to do the pretest before you can open up anything else. So make sure you do that. And then after that, all these will open up. They'll have the week 1, all the things you have, what you need to read, what you need to watch or listen to. All these links will be verified. So they should open. If they have any trouble opening any of these links, please let me know. If I can't do it, the OSU help desk should be able to help us work through it. And every week, you can see here, week 2, July 4th. I give you till Monday to turn in the assignments that are normally due on Sunday, the week of the 4th of July, because the 4th of July is on a Sunday. I'd rather let you relax, do your thing, watch the fireworks, have your cookouts, not have to worry about turning in your Antho homework by midnight. So that week you'll have till Monday, the 5th, to turn in everything. Some of the bigger assignments you're going to have, if you look through all the modules, is in the final week, you're going to have to do your manifesto, which is challenge 50-point assignment. It's worth quite a bit. It takes the place of your final exam. There's not really a final exam. There's not really a final exam, and there's no midterm exam in this class. I don't like making people memorize a bunch of terminology and then just repeating it on an exam. I like to see that you understand these things, and so most of the challenges will help you show what you know. And that's definitely true with the manifesto, which kind of ties it all together. And like I mentioned earlier, you're going to use all 10 of the learning outcomes on that manifesto. So make sure you double check that. Grades and all that. The rest is pretty much self-explanatory. As always, if you have any questions whatsoever, you can always get a hold of me either by email. We can schedule a Zoom session. One thing I do want to call attention to, though, let me go back here. I need to share screen here again. Forgot to mention this. If you look at the, you're in the, I believe it's in the syllabus. Let me double check this. Yes. As an alternative to written discussion boards, you may participate in weekly online discussions that will be held on Thursday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. These meetings are very beneficial because we go over everything, not just in the discussion questions, but also if you have questions about challenges, we can bring that up. Get to actually meet people face to face, including me. Get some one-on-one time if you need offline, but this is where we all get to interact as a group. It's not mandatory. This is just an alternative if you don't want to do the discussion boards. If you can't make the meetings, you can always submit your questions or comments before the meeting to me through Carmen, and I will go over those as part of the meeting. Otherwise, feel free to participate in the discussion boards. You do not have to do both. So I just thought I'd bring that up here again. I hope to meet a lot of you at these meetings. These have proven beneficial in the past for a lot of people. So please consider it. I know a lot of you are working during the summer, during the day, so if you can't make it, like I said, you can always drop a line. We can set up a separate time to meet and you can discuss, you can either send your questions so that we can cover it. All the meetings will be recorded and I will post a link to the recording after the meeting's over. So if you want to watch the meeting and see what we discuss, you can always download it and watch. Okay, that's it. I look forward to meeting all of you one way or the other as the semester, as this term unfolds. It's 6 weeks. There's a lot of work. Stick with it. People have gotten a lot out of this, even though it is a very short class. And as always, if you ever have any questions, make sure you let me know. And I will see you very soon. Thank you.